and for much the same reason, it's healing waters. There is on the side of the mountain underneath which those springs, hot springs, very, very hot springs sit. It's a great big arrowhead pointing down at that spring. Okay, they say it's a natural formation. Probably the UV atom sort of, cleaned off the dark rock off of the light rock to neaten it up into a nice, neat shape of an arrowhead. But it is a natural feature that points right at it. Mm-hmm. And reminds everybody, this is indigenous land, point. Okay, the arrowhead points at that. There's a big billboard that says, this is indigenous land. This is indigenous water that I'm pointing to right now. Okay. And Nestle, from that same lovely country of Switzerland that brought us our name, mm-hmm. is stealing our water in a pipe just over that originates in Strawberry Creek that's supposed to percolate through the springs into San Bernardino's Bunker Hill Reservoir, our natural, the Bunker Hills aquifer, okay, which the San Jacinto fault forms a natural dam. And so we have wonderful water. We'd have more of it if the Yankee Forest Service wasn't basically allowing them to steal it. And that's up over the springs. I wonder if that pipe goes through the parcel of the Arrowhead Springs. Because guess what? That is now indigenous land legally. They got it back finally. Mm-hmm. A previous corrupt government of San Bernardino prevented them from doing that when Campus Crusade was ready to sell and they were ready to buy back in the 90s. Now, we've been bankrupt. We can't refuse anybody's offer. It'd be foolish. And so, of course, the second bid was accepted. And now they got it back. They're figuring out what to do with it. But, they finally got back their Sacred Springs. They're going to move into the bungalows because they ran out of housing plots on this reservation that Santos Manuel was forced to move his people from after the Bear Valley Massacre. Mm-hmm. So they're going to take those and they're going to figure out what they're going to do with that lovely hotel and those Sacred Springs. Okay, but they've recuperated that all. They haven't yet recuperated the water from Strawberry Creek, which these thieves from Switzerland are using to steal our water. But that's coming. That's coming. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And,
let's consider for a moment what else the United States federal government is stealing from California.
Well, they steal our money. Okay, we pay them more taxes than we get back in services. That's one of the things people are saying. Well, wouldn't our taxes go up if we were independent? Well, the state taxes and the federal taxes would be the same thing. Okay. Just like with the lands, the taxes would be the same ambit. And you would no longer, unless you so chose to remain a dual citizen of the U.S. and the California Republic, be paying taxes. Nobody would be, this is like Puerto Rico. Nobody is obliged to pay federal taxes there by the Puerto Rican government. The U.S. government might oblige you, but they can't enforce it in Puerto Rico, and they couldn't enforce it here. And unlike Puerto Rico, our relationship with the United States would be based on mutual sovereignty. Okay. But again, how can we recover our sovereignty if our indigenous nations don't recover theirs?
Right.
The thing I went to, the Morenistas were putting on at Cal State, was a celebration of Mexican independence. And my question was, how can you have authentic independence if your indigenous nations do not have theirs? And we're, don't feel so bad. We have the same problem. Okay. We have the same problem. You got the Treaty of San Andres La Nosar to deal with. We have the treaties the U.S. entered into, first and foremost, the Second Treaty of Fort Laramie that cedes federal lands, which become our national lands upon independence. Mm-hmm. Same with the monies. Okay. Yes, state taxes would go up qua state taxes, but you combine that with the federal tax burden would no longer be there and it would be way down. We're not trying to conquer the world like the Yankees are. Okay. We're not trying to own the world like the Yankees are. We're not trying to do any of those things, which are very, very expensive things to try to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It is broken. It broke the Roman Republic.
Okay, so Matt, quick summary in the next 10 minutes here. Can you give us a rundown on several other things that the United States is stealing for California, or ways in which the United States is taking advantage of California?
Well, they're, like I say, they're stealing our money.
Mm-hmm.
They are stealing, one of the ways in which they're stealing our money is by being the authority in charge of the ports. Okay, it's a federal thing with the customs and immigration enforcement. They're stealing our people. Mm-hmm. They're stealing our immigrants. They're my goodness. They're trying to steal our autonomy to determine, to give sanctuary to immigrants, to legalize marijuana, etc. Okay, so what is even scarier than what they're already stealing is what they're intending to steal. Mm-hmm. Okay. They're stealing our immigrants right now with ICE, and they intend to steal our legal weed with the DEA coming in. Mm-hmm. Okay. Passing a series of intolerable acts, and they're stealing our ability to protect our people. Mm-hmm. They're stealing our ability to protect the environment.
Have you seen that Trump wants to outlaw protesting? Have you seen that?
Yes, they're stealing the freedom of all the Yankees.
Do you believe, Matt, the unmitigated gall? Protesting is an American right and a duty, and it's absolutely our duty when we see something unjust to go out. It's our sacred duty to go out and protest that. Mm-hmm. As American citizens. And we need to remember that we need to protest that for all American citizens, and not just for the ones we like, not just for the ones who look like us or talk like us, or say things that sound like us. If it's a right, then it's a right for everyone. If it's not a right for everyone, it's called a privilege. Mm-hmm. And privileges are reserved for people who can pay for them with lots and lots of money. And that's what's turned us into lately a kakistocracy. Mm-hmm. You want to back me on that one?
Well, as soon as I know what a kakistocracy is, I've heard of Kakistan before.
No, it's nothing to do with Kakistan. It's ruled by the worst of us, by the criminals and mobsters and gangsters.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because you say that, and I think Kakistan.
No. Nothing to do with Kakistan.
I think, of course, a multilingual person that I am, I think a Kakistan is pretty much what you're saying.
No, it's a kakistocracy. Think of cock-a-doodle, like children would say for poo-poo. It's for poo-poo people.
Yes, exactly. That's what I just said, Kakistan.
I see.
Yes. It's a kakistocracy.
Yeah, you want to go into that a little bit? Exactly. We're ruled by the caca of society right now. Okay, well, we have about 6 more minutes. Do you want to fill it with words?
Well, simply that, these are, the reasons that we're seeking to recuperate our independence, which was lost in 18. What a thing to celebrate, the loss of our independence. Mm-hmm. How dare they? Okay, that's why I always prepare to our authentic Independence Day of 4th of November, which the Refuse Fascism folks just happened to pick out as the day they were going to launch an anti-fascist campaign. Kudo. Okay, kudo. One kudo for that. And our response is to remind them that, hey, that's our Independence Day. That's our authentic Independence Day. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. One day before the 5th of November in glorious memory. Mm-hmm. Okay. So absolutely. we have our own plans for November 4th coming up. And the thing that I came up with as the perfect way to observe our independence is to do something independent. Okay, and that is what the Consulta is. Mm-hmm. Okay, ask California what they think about these things. It's modeled directly on the two Zapatista consultas in which I participated. It's simple, it's cheap,
and we decorate.
You have to go through existing governments.
And we decorate above the ballot boxes all over the streets with hanging piñatas just filled with candy, Mexican candy.
Yeah, all of which, well, I can think of an ideal piñata, and that's a pumpkin.
Oh, yeah.
A pumpkin with a little puckery face on it.
Yes.
Here, go ahead and smash this.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. And you dry it out inside and you use that for your piñata. You fill it with candy.
Yep. That's right.
Mexican candy.
Yep. Right. You have you put a little straw thing on the top representing a really bad wig.
Yes.
And inside the thing, you have a candy skull staring out at you.
Oh, that's perfect.
Here, look what I found inside his head.
Oh, that's perfect. I have to bring some of those to the ballot box areas. Okay, and maybe we sell some of those. That would be so cool. We sell those and we raise money for different organizations. Like you raise for your organization and I raise for California Calls for a Constitutional Convention. Tell them the name of your organization one more time, Matt.
Well, my tiny little effort is the California Liberation Organization. We're basically all about helping the other organizations and efforts to work together in the most radical possible way to push for California independence. Mm-hmm. There's something I'm going to send your CalConCon folks that I did on the bicentennial of the U.S. Bill of Rights, and that's a Bill of Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights. It can be found on the old GeoCities archives. Mm-hmm. There's Rio cities and OO cities. I'll pull it up from there and shoot it at you.
That sounds really great. And it's just that we're running out of time right this minute, so I'm going to let you say goodbye to our listeners.
Goodbye to our listeners.
Okay. Thanks so much, Matt. I'm gonna close off your phone line now. And listeners, it was so great being here with you today. Thanks for letting me into your home via the radio. I really, really enjoy talking to you and talking to my guests on the show as well. So please let me know if you've got anything that you think would progress California, advance us in any way. And I will share this link with you to my show on Facebook and on Twitter and everywhere else that I possibly can. Also check out my Medium blog posts and my personal site, because I put it there too. It's my personal business site called joyfulwellness.org. Thanks for listening. Really appreciate you all. Have a wonderful week till Thursday. Bye-bye now.